Hello Future Millionaire. This particular video is actually made specifically for Roger Ver because yesterday I watched live his interview with Brian Ross with London Real, and Roger Ver did a 1 hour live interview, and I was quite impressed with the content he has provided, and I would like to give you guys some idea what I think about it, and I hope Roger watched this video and he will take my opinion with the best possible intention to help him to live his life better, because I've been where he has been now not too long ago, and I know how difficult it is for him right now. And someone who works so hard like Roger in the Bitcoin space, whenever he take a break, they must have a very good personal reason for it, and I can imagine what those are. And very often is related to family, very often is related to stress, very often is related to a personal relationship issue with the significant others. Very often that is the case, and I have experienced all this before in my life, and I can see the signs of those stress in his eyes and his voice. Unfortunately, I don't see his in real person, otherwise I can read his energy field and aura as well. But I would like to give Roger here some very sincere tips to see if I can, using my own experience, to help him to live his life better, because Roger has done so much for the Bitcoin space. If only 1% of my opinion end up in his field, and he might take on 1 or 2 advice, if that improves his life by even just 0.1%, then I'll be more than happy that I've done this video for him. So here's how I think he could live his life to its fullest. Number one, I absolutely appreciate that you are looking at life extension. That is literally one of the most important fields that you can innovate in. And I personally believe even without modern science, just with traditional medicine, traditional choice of food, you will be able to live to 111 or longer. And in fact, in Australia recently, the longest living human in Australia is a male who just died at the age of 111. And in Japan, there are women who live to 120 years old. That's without modern medicine and any of that. So with genetic repair, improvement and other things, I have no doubt Roger can achieve what he wants to achieve. And now for quality of life is a different matter. Duration of life is one thing, quality of life is another thing. And I can sense that his quality of life has been suffering recently, and I can totally understand where he's coming from, because when you put yourself in the public space, your face is out there, you attract not only people who support you, but more importantly, you attract a lot of haters, you attract a lot of people who just can't do anything better with their own life, so what they do is try to put you down. And Roger is a very sensitive person. I can see that very often he has difficulty containing his own emotions on camera. That all indicates towards a very sensitive personality. And I can tell you, Roger, what you're doing is the right thing. Withdraw from the public eye, spend more time with your family, with yourself, with your friends. It's the best thing you can do. And one tip I have is, this is what I did when I was in Japan, and I've been to Japan quite a few times as a student and as a traveler. What I love to do is I go off the beaten path. Unfortunately, I don't speak much Japanese, so unlike you, Roger, you speak fluently Japanese, I don't. But what I do is I just take a couple of days off, jump into the train, don't take the Shinkansen, instead you take the other trains, those local trains, go to one of the less explored paths, and don't have a schedule. Just take the train, go to one of those onsen places or one of those mountain trekking places, go for a hike, go into the nature, go to those remote fishing villages, just by yourself without any friends, and make new friends along the way. And there's quite a few good things along this path, because first of all, you experience the raw Japanese experience, which you sometimes lose it in the big city. And you know what I'm talking about, Roger, the real raw Japanese experience. You can only get that nowadays in the villages. and go for that experience. Time travel backwards. Basically, you go jump in a local train, you time travel back, like almost like one of those animation movies in Japanese anime where you can time travel through a device like a train and get out at a random station you have never been to before. Eat something that you have never tried before. Meet people you have never met before. Go do something that you've never done before. And those things help to put things into perspective or give you fresh input into your mind. And then, of course, one huge important thing is those sports activities you are participating in. I believe is jiu-jitsu. They just amazing, good for you as well. I can absolutely support that. I myself here, I'm thinking about signing up for beach volleyball or even do some surfing, even though I'm afraid of water. So those are comfort zone, outside of my comfort zone. I normally don't do team sports. So those get outside your comfort zone is one of the greatest way to improve your own mental health. And Roger, you have done so much for the Bitcoin space and now for Bitcoin Cash space. You absolutely deserve a break. Take as long a break as you need, and everybody in this space will have your back. And don't worry about anything, because this is a distributed ledger, which means also the supporting network is a distributed supporting network. That means someone like you take a break, someone like me will take over and do what I need to do to keep the thing going. And if I take a break, someone else will take over for me, and vice versa. There's a never-ending amount of people in the world who is starting to support Bitcoin Cash. And don't worry about the international reputation of the coin. I can see more and more crypto channels are starting to cover Bitcoin Cash again. And I really, really want to thank Roger Ver for what he has done for everybody in the world. And unfortunately, he can't come to Australia. He has tried before. Due to his historical situation in the US, he's not legally allowed to enter Australia. So next time when COVID is finishing, I will more than happy to travel to Japan and see if we can meet up in person for the first time. I would love to meet you in person, Roger. And thank you in person for what you have done for this space. Crypto space is not the same without you. Just keep that in mind, and I really appreciate what you have done for all of us. Thank you very much. Arigatou gozaimasu. All right, Roger. See you next time. Bye.